Friends, hello and welcome on TechGuruSpeaks.com. Today I would like to describe Java decision control statements. Decision control statements or conditional statements in Java basically perform different actions or computations depending on whether a specific condition is satisfied or not. These conditional statements are mainly if, if else nesting, and switch case. Now I would like to describe each one of them one by one. First comes the if statement. We'll use the if statement if we want to execute some coding statements only if a specified condition is true. That means only if a specified condition is satisfied, then the code statements under the if will be executed, otherwise not. Next comes the if else statement. We'll use the if else statement if we want to execute some code if a particular condition is satisfied, and we'll be executing another code if the condition is not satisfied. Suppose here I am having some condition by means of the if statement. If the condition is satisfied, the coding statement inside the if will be getting executed. If the condition is not satisfied, then the code inside the else will be getting executed. So that is the basic logic. Next comes the if else nesting statement. Say for example, if I am having two conditions, like the first condition has been written beside the if statement and another condition to be written beside the else if statement, and if the conditions 1 and 2 are not satisfied, the coding statements will be put into the else. So in that way, if we want to select one of many sets of coding statements to execute, we can go for if else nesting statement. So if condition 1 is satisfied, these coding statements will be executed. If condition 2 is satisfied, that means written by means of else if, then the coding statements under this else if will be getting executed, and if statement say to be executed which is part of else, provided condition 1 and condition 2 are not satisfied. So that is the basic logic to follow. Next comes the switch case statement. Switch case statement is basically a replacement of, say, if else nesting, you could say like that. So that is the reason for which we want to select one of many blocks of code to be executed. So just have a look at the syntax. First we'll have the switch keyword, then we have a bracket, that is first bracket or a simple parenthesis, within which we will be having a choice. Now the choice can be of integer type or can be of character type. Suppose the choice value is basically considered as an integer value, and if it is 1, then the coding statements under case 1 will be executed, and if it is, that means if the choice value is 2, then the coding statements under case 2 will be getting executed. If the choice value is not 1 or 2, then the coding statements under the default will be getting executed. Have a look at the structure here. We are having break statement at the end of the case statement, so that it cannot be propagated to the next case statement. So that is the idea of having switch case statement. So now we will be demonstrating each of these type of conditional statements or decision control statements by means of NetBeans IDE. Just have a look at it. So first I would like to start with simple if statement. So here I am having a class named decision test 1. We are having two variables, integer type variables, a equal to 20 and b equal to 10. The condition that I have specified here, if a greater than b, I could write here a greater than b. Just have an attempt to run the program. So it is showing 20 greater than 10. So it is a very basic statement, that is a simple if statement. Now I would like to consider if else statement. That means if a particular condition is not satisfied, what is to be done should be specified by the else statement. So particular if statement should be accompanied by the else statement. Say for example, I would like to check whether a given number is even number or odd number. Suppose I have taken the value of n, which is an integer number, as 10. No, now we are doing what? We are performing modulo division. So if it is 0, that means if there is no remainder, that means what? N is an even number. Otherwise, it will be an odd number. So here the condition beside the if statement is satisfied. So that is why it is showing 10 is an even number. Now suppose I am writing here 11 and trying to run the program. So it will be showing 11 is an odd number. That means what? Here the condition is not satisfied. So that is why it will be moving to the else part. So that is the logic. Next comes if else nesting. Say for example, we have taken two integer type variables, a equal to 30 and b equal to 20. If a greater than b, then we can say that a is bigger than b. If a less than b, we can say that a is smaller than b. Otherwise we will say that a and b are equal. So based on the value, the first if condition is satisfied and it will be showing the message by means of SOP, that is system.out.println, that a is bigger than b. Now suppose we are having the value of b as 40. Now in that case, the else if statement will be getting executed and it will be showing a is smaller than b. Now suppose for example, I am changing the value of variable b. Now it has become 30. So both the variables are having the same value, that is 30. Now if I am trying to run the program, it will be showing a and b are equal. So based on the data values and the conditions that we have set here, we can have a if else nesting, and the particular coding statement will be executed if a particular condition is satisfied. So that is the basic idea. Next comes switch case statement, which is an alternative to say if else nesting. Say here we can take the value of choice, either an integer value or a character value. Though in this example I have taken an integer value, but you cannot take a floating point value here. That is the rule. Suppose the value of choice equal to 3 here. So here the value is 3. So the first case will not be matched. The second case will not be matched. It will be matched with case 3. So that is why if I am trying to run this program, it will be showing welcome. Now suppose I have changed the value. Suppose it is now having the value 5. So in that case, case 1, case 2 and case 3 will not be matched. So it will be matched with default case. So it will be showing the result by. And have a look at the end of the case statement, that is each of the case statement will be having a break statement at the end. That is the important thing to remember. Now I will be having a modified switch case statement. In the old editions of Java, according to Java developers, they specified that we cannot use any other value rather than integer or character for the choice. But from Java SE7, we can also use string value for choice. So that is what we have done here. Suppose the value of choice is equal to test. It is a string value, remember that. So in that case, we are having case hello, case hi, but we don't have any case for test. So it will be fall into the default category, and the corresponding code will be getting executed. That means why it will be running the statement under the default. So that is the idea, to execute different types of conditional statements or decision control statements in Java. I hope that you have thoroughly enjoyed this video. I will request you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So here is the link of my YouTube channel. Please visit my website for useful information, and this is my official email. Have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching this video.